Hi, hello, friends. How are you? So, this originally was going to just be a paid portion for this is kind of like the extended follow up to the divine counterpart situation we're heading into in April. So, originally, this was going to be just for paid Substack subscribers, but I've decided to make this first one available for everyone simply because the cards that I pulled are wild. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, this is too good. This is too good to keep to just the 100 or so of us over there. So, um, yeah. Anyway, so that's where we're at, and that's where we're starting today. Do you like my dress? I got it on TikTok Shop. I like it a lot. It's for my vacation I've got coming up next week. By the way, Daddy and I will not be around next week because we're going to be on a cruise, and I don't think I'm going to have internet access. So, just FYI. And I also have two podcasts now. I have one for the spiritual and I have one for the true crime. So check out the links if you want. If you want. Okay. All right. So let's get started on this reading, shall we? Okay. Um, so Serpentine counterpart report, extended transmission. Okay. For the timeline, this was wild. Okay. We have emotional truth meeting opportunity. I shuffled and two cards came flying out. King and Queen of Cups. It is also 1010 as of the time that I'm recording. So out of all the cards that could have flown out, we got the King and Queen of Cups. Wild. Okay. King, Queen of Cups. We also got the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun. We got the Page of Cups and Justice. Okay. So we are in a mutual emotional awareness timeline. Okay. Both counterparts are feeling it, both the feminine and the masculine, and both counterparts are aware of it. But here's the shift. This isn't just emotion anymore, okay? This is Ace of Pentacles. So this is a very real world opportunity. With the sun, Leo energy, we have illumination, truth being revealed. Page of Cups, we have emotional expression trying to emerge, as well as justice, karmic balancing, and decisions being made. Because we have the sun and the Page of Cups, I am going to throw a disclaimer out there. Watch out for pregnancy, okay? But this is a window. This is a moment where truth is clear, the feelings are mutual, and a new beginning is available. Okay. But justice, Libra energy, reminds us what happens next depends on alignment, not desire alone. And as of the day that I'm filming, tomorrow we do have the full moon in Libra. Again, this energy of alignment. Okay. Now, for divine masculine, we have an avoidance of transformation. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups, we have Death reversed, Tower reversed, Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. He, and I'm going to say he, but this is energy, not gender. Okay. He feels deeply. That's not the issue. The Knight of Cups tells us that he wants to express, he wants to approach. But then with Death reversed and Tower reversed, double Scorpio energy, he is actively avoiding the transformation required to sustain this connection. He's drawn to you with the Queen of Wands. He's might be even magnetized even, but still operating in inconsistent, passion-driven bursts. Knight of Wands. So 3D translation, he's feeling flirty, he's feeling emotional, maybe even expressive at times, and then pulling back when things get real. So wanting access without full change. Spiritual truth, he is being asked to like die to an old version of himself, and he's resisting that initiation. Okay. For divine feminine, we have the exit wound to the exit path, right? So for divine femmes, we have 5 of Cups reversed, 10 of Swords, we have Temperance, the 8 of Cups, and the 6 of Swords. You've already gone through it. Okay. This isn't fresh pain. This is processed pain. 10 of Swords, the ending already happened internally. 5 of Cups reversed, you are no longer sitting in the grief. Temperance, Sagittarius energy, integration, healing, and balance. And then we have the movement, right? We have the 8 of Cups, which is emotional detachment. We have the 6 of Swords. This is physical and mental departure. You are leaving the version of this connection that hurt you. 3D reality, you're pulling your energy back. You're no longer chasing. You're focusing on peace over passion. Okay. Spiritual truth here, you are choosing alignment over attachment. You've grown so much, baby. You're doing so good. Okay. Now, I know a lot of you probably are still hanging around because you want to know what the block is. And that is isolation, fear, and false community. Heavy on the last one, okay? So for this, we have Five of Pentacles, Three of Cups reversed. We have the Eight of Swords and the Four of Wands, the 1111 Twin Flame card. This is deeper than just timing, right? There's emotional isolation. There is disconnection or interference in social dynamics, Three of Cups reversed, and mental entrapment, Eight of Swords. This is all blocking the stability, the union, the ability to build something real that y'all are looking for, right? This connection is being blocked by a mindset, not a lack of love. Let that sink in, okay? It's a mindset. Now, what's coming? Slow down, but then stabilization, okay? So we get Page of Wands reversed. We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed, King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Hermit. So first, delays. There's a lack of initiation. There's a sense of hesitation. Things are not moving as quickly as desired, right? But then there's a shift. Because then we get the King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. This is grounded, masculine, and stable feminine energy. Then we have the Hermit, introspection, withdrawal, realignment. This is not fast union energy, which is a good thing. You don't want that. Fast union leads to more separation. This is sit down and figure your shit out energy. Okay. So, extended timeline, we have the build versus the stall. So, for this, we got a ton of cards. We have the Two of Cups, we have the Three of Pentacles, we have the King of Swords, we have the Lovers, we have the High Priestess, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Ace of Cups, we have the Hanged Man and the Five of Swords. Ugh. This is a full storyline, okay? So we have the connection being acknowledged. We have an attempt to build. Logic then enters the chat. Then we have a choice to make. Intuition knows the truth, High Priestess. Then we have waiting and assessing, Seven of Pence. Then we have sudden movement with the Eight of Wands and eventually an emotional offering, Ace of Cups. Then we get Hangman, pause again, okay? Then we get the Five of Swords, conflict, ego, bullying, misalignment returning. This is a cycle trying to evolve, but it's not fully stabilized yet. Now, I did go ahead and also pull on third party / karmic energy. For this, we got Two of Wands reversed, Knight of Swords reversed, and the Four of Cups. Stagnant, avoidant, unfulfilling, right? This energy is not progressing. It's not being chosen fully, and it's emotionally unsatisfying. It's not thriving. It's lingering. Just FYI, okay, in case you're wondering what's going on. So, for overall energy and the advice, we have the Two of Pentacles. We also have the Ten of Wands, and then Two of Swords, Page of Swords. There is overwhelm from juggling too much that isn't aligned, right? So the advice here is to stop avoiding the decision you know you need to make. Observe things clearly for what they are, not for what you want them to be, but for what they are. Gather your information and then decide, okay? Now, what you don't see coming, okay? We have Strength, the Star, and the Moon, all majors. So that's Leo, Aquarius, Cancer / Pisces. There is deep healing, right? Or this is deep healing. Strength card tells us about emotional regulation. The Star tells us about hope and renewal. And the Moon tells us about subconscious clearing and truth resurfacing. So something is being healed beneath the surface that will change how this unfolds long term, okay? So TLDR, this connection is not lacking love. It's lacking alignment and courage. That's it, okay? The feminine is moving forward. Proud of you. The masculine is being asked to transform, right? And the connection itself, as ever, is sitting at a crossroads. Either evolve or repeat the cycles. I love you.